With the NRL Ladder looking really surprising these opening rounds, and with almost every team looking different this year, let's take a look at what would happen if the NRL Finals series started right now. So here is the current top 8 of the NRL Ladder, and it's looking really surprising. Brisbane Broncos in first place and Redcliffe Dolphins coming second. No one expected that, and both of them are undefeated. Manly Seagulls and the New Zealand Warriors are third and fourth, and looking at your top 4 so far this year, it is super surprising. No one really expected this. Penrith Panthers 5th, Gold Coast Titans sitting in 6th place. That is really interesting. Titans were not any chance last year. New fresh team. I know it's early rounds, but it's really surprising seeing them in the top 8. And Sydney Roosters 7th and Bulldogs sitting in 8th. So will we see them there at the end of the season? Who knows? But take a look at your top 8. It is very, very different, and no one was expecting this, especially Dolphins coming second. And teams like New Zealand Warriors and Titans, not expected to be up there actually, but that's your top 8, and it's very, very interesting. So let's take a look at what the fixtures would look like for the final series if it started right now. The potential fixtures, we'd have first versus fourth, Broncos taking on the Warriors. Then we'd have Panthers versus Bulldogs, Titans versus Roosters, and Dolphins versus Seagulls. So as we go through this is my prediction of what would happen if the final series started right now. Tell me guys what you think in the comments. So Broncos versus Warriors, going with Broncos there, beating the Warriors. And then I have Panthers beating the Bulldogs. So I predict it'll be Warriors taking on the Panthers in the second round of the finals. Titans versus Roosters, I would predict Roosters beating the Titans, and Dolphins beating the Seagulls, and Dolphins advancing to the third round, and Seagulls taking on the Roosters in the second round. So as we have a look at round 2 of the potential final series, we'd have the Warriors versus the Panthers and Roosters versus Seagulls. Interesting matches, but I predict Panthers to beat the Warriors, and then we'd have Seagulls taking on the Roosters, and I'm going with Seagulls for that one based on how well Seagulls have been playing. Then round 3, look at this, we'd have maybe Broncos take on the Seagulls and Dolphins versus the Panthers. Broncos versus Seagulls would be an interesting match, but I think Broncos best team in the comp right now, I think, and they beat the Seagulls. Dolphins versus Panthers, now this one could go either way. I'm backing Dolphins in, and I reckon if they took on the Panthers now, which would be the best time, they could actually get the job done and seal themselves a spot in the grand final. Now what a grand final that would be. Eels is not there, so I'm pretty disappointed if that would happen. I don't want that to happen, but that would be a massive clash. Coming up to the game this week, we have the Broncos taking on the Dolphins. I think that this game coming up is very important, and could decide who stays undefeated and decide which team moves on to top 4 team, top 8 team. Dolphins need to keep up their winning streak, and Broncos, they'd also do too. So, and I reckon, we might actually see this in the finals. Maybe, maybe not, but if this were to happen, I predict Broncos to get the job done there against the Dolphins. And I predict the same this week. Broncos just look like the best team in the comp. They look better than Dolphins, and if the comp, ended right now, I'd say, or if the final series started right now, I'd say Broncos win the premiership. They've just played very well, and just have to see if they can keep it up. I know it's opening rounds, but it was interesting to take a look at the ladder and just think there's a lot of different teams, and I feel like almost every team in the comp right now could potentially get into the top 8. They all look sort of even. Teams coming back to the pack. Panthers, I reckon, coming back to the pack, and we've had so many upsets already this year. Is it going to continue? Are we going to have a top 8 side even more surprising than last year? We had Sharks, Cowboys surprise us. Are we going to see like 4 new teams in the final series this year? Tell me guys what you think down below, and thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. It's a different video. Thanks for watching this video.